Heed what the ancients did say, and live in the righteous way, and keep it up every day. And don't you go astray, many are lost in dismay. That's why they cannot stay, by your words you must get paid. And if not, you're...
I am proud. Melas, that's the ancient Greek for black, a mother to the Latin word melan, given to us that word melanin, that major energy source of life. Just like the way that it has always been seen in my natural homeland, the land of my roots, where the sun shines bright with wall-to-wall heat from coast to coast, and the spirit rises from deep within to dance and sing in harmony with the joyful rhythms, sounds and aromas of the night. Never should it be as they would prefer to have it, being associated with feelings of melancholy that, if I may suggest, would be folly. The tears that gather around my eyes, and that perpetual inner sadness that haunts me, are in place not by a force of nature. It was only through the serialization of an individual devious act, the devil's plan to torture. Tears rolling down my cheeks, all because of their fake god, or was it a goddess, looking down upon me with a scorn, and cursing those now crystallized and sparkling pieces of precious rock, showering unspeakable agonies down onto the ancestors, gleefully causing great suffering upon their heads. At least I can boast of this solid connection to them that is so strong that sometimes I even hear their painful wailing after another strike of the lash. But this unique cry is not a plea for mercy to that master butcher. This mighty African warrior, who I am proud to say is of my blood, will not go there, for he would rather die and return to his maker than dip his feet any further into that fiery pit of hell called slavery. Could this superhero amongst men really be called family? I mean really family to me. Yes indeed, for I know now that I have a portion of that greatness, though today unspoken, still embracing like a crown of gold. Let us not deceive ourselves. I read in a newspaper recently that the blood money being demanded by the old cold-hearted slave master and his children has finally been repaid. My first thoughts were questions of great puzzlement. What is this debt to the old slave master that they speak of? And then more critically I queried, how could it be morally correct that I, a product from out of the pit of slavery, should be tricked into further participating in the enrichment of those who would be, as it was back in those days, the butcher of me? Yet naively, or at least unknowingly, we continue to dance, dance, dance to the rhythm of the master's whip. All that for the sake of a few pieces of silver to service that fabricated need to hold on to a false happiness in a fake world. My crime, turning a blind eye to the casual injustices that have managed to survive through even until these times. Sentenced to carrying the burden of my former master on my shoulders again. They tell us that we are free from our former bondage, but if that were true, where is the compensation for the former slave and their children? Should they not have also been saved from being reduced to the level of the gutter? Are they not worthy of taking up a position of higher standing, never to be ashamed, but instead holding a bold stance, proud and tall with a smile of contentment? But let us not be so easily swayed into measuring our prosperity by the possession of trinkets. Real richness and wealth cannot be gained without dignity and honor. The prize. I saw it in the distance and took my aim, my desire to gain that prize. Misguided I may have been, but its deceiving apparent sweetness was way too tantalizing to be resisted, only to realize it was not unlike a spiky rose when lifted. How often does that thing of great beauty when flying so high disappoint so much when landed in plain view? Over there the grass always appears to be greener, making us delusional with that fatalism of green envy and a perception of a present condition of misfortune. But what will be found on arrival onto that beautiful new plain, other than just another patch of muddy brown and sinking grey, no greater than the prize that was left behind? This confusion. Who invented that great lie, the one that smothers up the truth now so readily denied? That truth of a land and a people, richly resourced and blessed with the desire to spread love and knowledge, setting the foundation for what we now call modern civilization. Before the arrival of those strangers from the east and then from the north, braggadocious and filled with pride and insane visions of intellectual supremacy, based on a generalized definition relating to the color shading of a person's skin and the place where they were born. But when the truth refuses to defend the idolized dream of personal greatness, propaganda is the only tool left that can be used for it to continue to survive. The survival of this fake truth, arising like a phoenix from out of the flames of cognitive dissonance, will do nothing but drive its holder into the most dehumanizing and barbaric rituals and practices. And so disaster has struck across all of civilization, and the burning flames, intentionally set by the enemies of truth, continue to devastate all that it touches, while the truth sits quietly and patiently on the outskirts, waiting to be found by those who might want to know.
Heed what the ancients did say, and live in the righteous way, and keep it up every day. And don't you go astray, many are lost in dismay. that's why they cannot stay. By your words you must get paid. And if not, you're